Hello and welcome back to Pulling Back the Curtain with Vinny Ali. I'm your host, Vinny Ali. So today we're going to give you a little insight into how this crazy brain works. Whenever I am given a role, any role that you can think of, I ask myself three questions. Question number one, what does my character want? In the grand scheme of things, in theater you learn about the super objective, which is the overarching reason why you do things. Nothing I'm going to say is anything different than you've ever been taught or heard, but think of it this way. I can break things down very simply. What do I want? Then you figure out what's in my way. Well, I have the given circumstances that determine what's in my way. The environment, the time, the space, the location, the other characters in the room, what's in the way, and then I figure out how would my character overcome it. Your character might have some advantages in the situation, disadvantages, and then has to get creative of how to accomplish their super objective. And I think that's such a fun experience to go through. Figuring out, what do I want? What's in my way, and how do I get it? That is where the creative genius comes in. Now, that is where the fun comes in, I should say. Because a lot of times you are given situations that are very very common. Like, I walk into a room and I see my mom and I have to give her a kiss goodbye because I'm going to work. That's one thing. Well, I want to give my mom a kiss goodbye because I love her. I have to go to work, but the only way to do that is by being respectful to her. Then I go. And that's how I get it. Just go in and do the thing. But you can add layers to it. And this is where the fun comes in. I dread going to work. I hate my job, but I love my mom, and I keep this job for her. So I put on a brave face. I go in, shake off the anxiety of having to go to this soul-crushing job, and I say, "Hey, Mom, I love you. I'll see you soon." Give her a kiss goodbye. Move on. And she could have some kind of story arc where I was like, "Oh, just routine. He's going to kiss me goodbye, blah, blah." Or she could say, "He never says goodbye to me. He just goes. What's different about today?" That's where the collaboration comes in. That's where the exciting, creative, back and forth chemistry building is there. That kind of stuff makes me excited about things. And you could even have this in, a normal room. You could have this in outer space where they're floating through corridors to corridors. They could be two monsters talking. Relationships are universal. And that's what makes acting so exciting for me. People always ask me, like, "Oh, how do you do it?" I'm like, you just have a conversation. That's it. The character you are portraying, the environment you're in, the style of the project will determine how you conversate. Is it through words? Is it through the eyes? Is it through facial expressions? Is it through physical, back and forth? You don't know. It all depends on the script and director, environment, type, budget. It's a whole thing. You never know. But that's what makes it exciting. It's a very exciting, wonderful experience, and I highly recommend it to anyone that's interested. Get into acting. Try it out. See what happens. Where's good? You just get a couple good stories. I wake up in the morning, this is what I want to do. I want to get on stage, behind a mic, in front of a camera, something. Some kind of creative space. And I think that it benefits everybody that does it, because you learn to think how others think, gain different perspective, as they say. Yeah, highly, highly recommend it. Well, kids, my 3 rules are: what do you want? What's in my way? How am I going to get it? And what's interesting thing is, for me, is all my theater challenges and adventures translates into my normal adventures and challenges as well. Yeah. It's all connected. It's all the human condition. And you just have to be brave enough to see the possibilities and be bold enough to take the action to see what happens next. Anywho's, thank you all for coming in. I know this is a bit short, but I'm trying different things. I appreciate you guys' time and patience and just being there for me. Hope you're all doing well, and I look forward to seeing you next time on Pulling Back the Curtain with Vinny Ali.